That makes sense.
Hopefully she's okay.
I hope she is too. I did not see that. And she's a little ginger now too.
Oh, ankle sprain. I don't know. You tell me, you're the goalie.
That's nearly impossible. I don't think, maybe she wasn't playing.
Tony, you got talk?
Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the new home ice arena, home of the Armstrong Cooper Wings girls hockey team.
Turn her down a notch.
Today's senior varsity suburban conference game is between the
Some of these girls can't skate.
Sabers and your Armstrong Cooper.
Oscar.
I'm going to put it on mic.
Oh, yeah.
So, be careful.
Now let's meet the Sabers. Starting in goal, number 29, Addison Golrath. The defensemen,
Here we go. Shakopee, Armstrong Cooper. Nicknamed the Wings. Shakopee Sabers. Here we go. Back in the zone. Cooper. Down deep near side. Cam Carlson battles. Calajon tries to play it out with Wedman on top. Through the slot. Shot. Snipe. And a goal over Wedman. Shakopee down by 1 early on in the first period. 14:36 left in the first period. Shakopee's in a little bit of a hole here early on. Let's see if they can turn things around. Collins on the faceoff. Off of Knutson, back to Armstrong. Holly chips it up the board to Brigman. Brigman walks it in. Brigman's going to dump it. Oh, chips the other way, and here comes Holly. Holly bats it on the boards. Collins over top. It's pretty loud in here. Brigman with pressure. Holly goes back to retreat. Holly chips it back up to Collins. Collins brings it into the zone. Near side. Collins is going to cut it in. Collins cuts it in. Collins chips it in. And a good save by the goaltender. Shinnick back to Stevens. Stevens walks it down in the corner. Stevens loses control, comes back to the top. Holly, long shot, fired wide. Schuler comes in the pinch. Schuler just puts it right back on net. Goes to the crease and wide. Shinnick and Holly. Nelson gets a piece of that, and it gets turned back the other way. Here comes Armstrong Cooper. Tipped it in. Holly goes back to retreat. Holly turns it back the other way. Gets tripped up. And it's off Nelson's skates. And Nelson's going to try to exit the zone with Stevens on the chase. Stevens pressures. And Armstrong Cooper look to get a change. They dump it in deep. On in. Here comes Wedman. Wedman walks it through. Wedman over the blue line. Through neutral. Walks into the zone. Gets tipped. And it's turned back by Armstrong Cooper. Ani comes in the pinch. Chips it down low. Wedman plays it around. Armstrong back the other way. Carlson gets a piece of it, turns it back. Here comes Wedman. Wedman's got room. Wedman's walks it in. Esslinger had the bouncing puck, just couldn't put it to the back of the net. Esslinger was carrying it in. Here comes Cam Carlson. Cam Carlson collided with number 9 of Armstrong Cooper, and she goes off the ice. Here comes John Choi. John Choi pesters. John Choi and on it. Here comes Telejohn in to help out, and it's going to be a stoppage in play. Collins on the faceoff, drops it back. John Choi back to Schuler. Schuler threw it on net, and Telejohn tried to tip it on through and just missed the short side corner. Holly back the other way. Telejohn, or that's John Choi picking up with Telejohn on the chase. Telejohn pressures. Telejohn looks to bring it back. Back to Holly. Holly tipped just through by John Choi. John Choi plays it down low. John Choi tries to get it out. Collins battles down low. Collins looks to get it back to the point. Holly jumps her stick and it's back out. Holly on a foot race. Holly chips it around to Knutson. Knutson battles far side. Here comes Schuler. Schuler playing it down low, chips it around. No one home. Schuler grabs. Tries to get up to Knutson. Here comes Collins. Collins carrying it down. Collins walking in. Collins over to Knutson. Knutson has her. Knutson backhand. Misses wide. Brigman back on through. Brigman back to here comes Knutson. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick looks to pressure in the corner. Anand tied up top. Back down to Brigman. Brigman tries to get it back to the forehand. Couldn't get one off, and it comes back the other way with Anand pinching and keeping it in. Anand battling on the far side board in front of the Armstrong Cooper bench and just drops it on down with Brigman pressuring. Kept in by Knutson. Knutson forks it back through. Controls, and it's caught up in the ref's skates, and long shot by Carlson, and it's froze by Armstrong Cooper goaltender. 9:51 left in the first. Shakopee down by 1. Good shifts here by the Sabers. Let's see if they can get something going. They got to get one to the back of the net. Wedman. Stevens backed. Holly a little hot to handle, and it's going to be forced out. Schuler back to Stevens. Stevens is going to walk it in. See if he gets poke checked. And Wedman tries to play, and it's turned back. Here comes Armstrong Cooper. Armstrong Cooper brings it in. Gets tipped aside by Holly. Back to the point. Long shot. Tipped aside. Here comes Stevens. Stevens gets it out of the zone. Tips off a player's stick on Armstrong Cooper and no ice. Wedman looks to pressure. Stevens. And here comes back to Holly. Holly gets it over to Wedman. Wedman stick handles around, comes to a neutral near side. Wedman walks it in across the blue line. Wedman, little dangle, tries to put it over the goaltender's shoulder, hit her, and dropped down on the crease and almost rolled in. Back out of the zone. Here comes. And Collins tips it back the other way. Collins looking to bring it in the zone. Collins circles around. Collins brings it in. Collins cuts it in. Shoots it off the shoulder pad. And it's brought in. Here comes toe check for the rebound and nothing there. Shakopee caught Armstrong Cooper on a change, and it looked like Collins might have had a one-on-one, but then it turned into a one-on-three. Toe check, looking to pressure behind the net. Toe check. Back to Collins. Collins looks to carry. Collins banks it off the board to Anand. Long shot. On goal. And toe check, and Esslinger were there for the rebound. Good shot by Anand, nice and low. No rebound given by the goaltender, so there's nothing there. Collins tries to put one on net, and it's turned back. Here comes Carlson. Carlson tries to hold it in and comes back out of the zone. Esslinger carries it in, hooked along the way. Esslinger and Toczek battling. Esslinger carries. Esslinger try to get it back to the forehand and knocked off her stick, and it comes back to Cam Carlson. Long shot. Right to the bread basket of goal wrap, and she gobbles that one up. push back. Holly looks to chip it up the boards. Telejon tries to block the shot, gets through the 5-hole, so to speak. And it sits out in front, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty called on Holly for Shakopee. Shakopee's going to go down 1. No. Yep, Holly looks to be going. Trying to figure things out here. With 7:33 left in the first. Holly goes away. And Shakopee's going to go on the penalty kill. Pressure to the point. Coach, that's Telejon pressuring. Telejon kicks it up to the skate. Good play by Telejon, and she drops it all the way down through. Still pressuring. Carlson grabs. Gets knocked out of her stick, and it's back to Anand, and Anand just chips it back out. Not able to get out of the zone, but Shinnick says, wait 1 second, I will do the job. Pressure. Telejon got away with it. Long shot. Patted aside. Here comes back up near side. Carlson. Harden boards Carlson and the other player. There's a lot of penalties going around, but the refs ain't calling it right now. Fans are yelling for penalties, but they're letting them play. Telejon battling near side board, chipped out and pressured by Knutson. Knutson takes a nice whack, and it comes back through the neutral zone. Shakopee didn't touch it there. That could have been too many. And Knutson battles. Knutson's going to fire it all the way down with 37 seconds left on the penalty kill. Bergman looks to pressure. Knutson comes in and strips the puck. Nice play by her. And Schuler battles. Schuler gets dumped. And there's some... Here comes Stevens, near side. Stevens going to walk it in. Stevens going to cut it in. Stevens walks it in. Can't get one off, just slides on through the crease. She's bottled up, and it comes back the other way. 4 seconds left on the penalty kill. Shakopee's full strength, brought all the way deep. Here comes Wedman. Wedman came off the bench. And Schuler's going to battle near side, or far side, with Wedman over top. Knutson chips it back down. Bregman's on a foot race. And Armstrong Cooper gains control and brings it back through. That's going to be a nice slip through number 6 of Armstrong Cooper. Wedman on the face-off for Shakopee. 5:05 left in the first, still 1-0. Wedman wins it back to Anand. Anand looking for a long shot. Anand. Oh, big glove save. Wedman had the rebound. It gumballed around, and Wedman just got robbed. Here comes Esslinger and Tocek looking the pressure. Its boards are rung, picked up by Esslinger, or Tocek, Esslinger. Esslinger had a great opportunity and just couldn't put the puck to the back of the net. Shakopee having a lot of opportunities here in the first period, but just can't capitalize. That's going to be thrown all the way down. That's going to be nice if you can get there. Carlson looking to get there, and it just squeaked across the line. They're going to call an icing. 4:16 left in the first period. Shakopee looks to have the momentum here, but just can't find the back of the net. Collins on the face-off with Stevens to the left and Nelson on the right. Collins over to Nelson. Nelson tries to get it back to Schuler, and it's shipped back around. Collins picks it up. Collins chips it around to Holly. Holly battles near side, and it comes back out of the zone. and that's going to be an offsides. Holly was tripped up inside the zone. Puck left, came back in, so it's going to be an offsides. Chipped all the way in by Armstrong. Holly back. Holly looks to play. Collins back to help her. Here comes Schuler. Schuler looking to ring it around the boards. Schuler, Collins up to Nelson. Off her stick. And here comes Stevens. Stevens with a burst of speed. And it comes back out of the zone. Holly looks to take it behind the net. Chip it around to Nelson. Nelson on the backhand. Nelson just forks it out. And Shinnick on the chase. Shinnick looking to pressure. And it comes out of the zone. Holly picks it back up. Holly tries to get it right back in, but it hits the Armstrong Cooper player, and it comes back. Here comes Telejohn. Nice backhand chip off the boards. Brings it in, and she just dumps it deep with John Choi hustling in, gaining control, tries the center, doesn't meet its mark, and here comes Carlson. Carlson with a burst of speed. Carlson glides, and no penalty called. That's a long shot by Shinnick, and it's tipped to blocker side. Back out front. Oh, off the pad there by Anand. Anand, long shot. Looked like a pass to John Choi, but caught the toe of the goaltender, and John Choi just couldn't get the stick on the puck to get it back in. John Choi back behind the net. John Choi tries to center again, just gets tipped. And Shinnick fires one right off the goal line, hits the side of the net, and they battle down low. Anand looks to keep it there. Back to John Choi. Third time's a charm. No, she gets batted back the other way. Try to center it again. John Choi trying to center. And it's out. Back through center, and Anand's got a burst of speed. Anand's got some room. Anand brings it in. Anand has control. Anand looked to bring it out front to John Choi, just through the stick. Can't get much on that, but she might have got a stick lifted by the defender, and it's back to Anand. Anand had a burst of speed, and Brigman back behind the net, battles. Gets turned back the other way. Here comes Cam Carlson. Cam Carlson with 1:25. Up to Knutson. Knutson's got room. Knutson out of the zone. Nice pass to Brigman. Brigman looking for Wedman behind her. And she tries to get it back to Knutson on her backhand. Just couldn't get anything on the puck. And here comes Wedman. Wedman has room. Wedman's going to walk it around the D, walk it in, and Wedman off the pipe. That's Wedman's signature move. Just couldn't put it over the shoulder of the goaltender. 53 seconds left. Knutson drops it back to Holly. Picked off by Armstrong Cooper. And it's back the other way. Holly chips it around, rings the boards, back to Knutson. Knutson chips it up to Wedman. Wedman just off her stick. Here comes Esslinger, and it's turned back Armstrong. Armstrong Cooper plays his far side corner, tries to be centered, and it's chipped over the goaltender. Goal wrap, and it's Holly tried to thread the needle to Esslinger. Esslinger had a couple chances there, just couldn't get it on the stick, and it's brought in. Backside, there's Esslinger, another rebound try by Esslinger. Can't find the back of the net. Esslinger had some grade A opportunities. That puck gets caught up in Holly's breezers, and that's going to do it for the first period. Shakopee down by 1-0. Armstrong Cooper out. Shakopee's out playing Armstrong Cooper. There's not going to be resurfacing, so you got a quick second to go get some popcorn, some peanuts, and a beverage of your choice. Here we go. 15 minutes on the clock. Wedman at center. Toe check on the right. Esslinger on the left. Cam Carlson on and on in the back. Esslinger didn't want to touch it, came out of the zone, and here she is. She brings it back the other way. Esslinger walks it in through the slot, long shot, gets caught up into the armpit of the goaltender and it's froze. Wedman on the face-off, turned back by Armstrong. And they're going to walk it up near side. Chip pass through Anand. Brought in Cam Carlson. Pinches. And it's tipped back. Back to the point. Dropped down low by Armstrong. Long shot. Doesn't see its mark. Carlson battling down low. Chipped out by Tochek. Shockby caught on the change and it's back the other way. Brought into the zone. Turned back the other way. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick battles and forces it out. Shockby has numbers on the near side. Shinnick carries up to Stevens. Stevens is going to try to get it back to the forehand and gain room there, but it's chipped back the other way. Stevens picks it up, long shot off the shin pad, and Shinnick is going to battle far side, knocked off the puck, and here comes Nelson near side. Nelson back to the point. Schuler, long shot. That had eyes, and it almost made its way through there. The goaltender was just in the right position to make the save. Collins wins it back to Anand. Anand over to Carlson. Carlson, long shot. Hits shin pad, and it's dropped down, and that's going to be offsides. Johnshoy comes out of the zone. Collins and Johnshoy. Collins circles it back up. Collins back over to Telejohn. Telejohn back to her forehand and drops it in deep. Johnshoy on the chase. Telejohn over top. Back around. Collins holds it in the zone. Gets it back to Johnshoy. Johnshoy over to Telejohn. Telejohn fires one off the right side pad. Here comes Collins. Collins tries to get it back through to Telejohn, and it's held in. Collins down to Telejohn. Telejohn's going to walk it in. Over to Collins. Collins, long shot, just whistled wide. Telejohn was there for the rebound. Long shot, Cam Carlson, and Johnshoy is on the doorstep. Shockby just couldn't find the back of the net, but a good effort.
Gotta get one in the net.
Wedman on the face-off. Knutson battles. Knutson took a whack back at the net. And Holly, long shot. And that's going to be covered by the goaltender. Back to the point. Holly, long shot, tipped, gumbled around, picked up by Wedman. Wedman cycles back out of the slot, long shot, glove down by the goaltender. Brigman battling down low, goes around the net, tries to chip it over to Knutson, gets caught up. And Wedman here comes back the other way. Knutson chases. Oh, Shakopee is going to go on the power play. Brigman was upended there with a trip, and it's going to go deep down into Armstrong Cooper zone. Shakopee on the power play. Shinnick on the faceoff. Back to the sideboards. Wedman controls. Wedman brings it over to Shinnick. Shinnick tries to throw one in short side, and it's patted down by the goaltender. Oh, nice play there by John Choi. John Choi tried to get it out to Wedman, and Wedman just missed inside the pipe, and it's going to be forced all the way down back into Shakopee zone. Cam Carlson looking to retreat. Cam Carlson carries. Cam Carlson's going to carry right into the zone. Gets pushed off the puck, and it's turned back the other way. Here comes John Choi behind the net. John Choi gets it out to Wedman, and Wedman tried to feed her right back, and it's turned back. Here comes Carlson. Carlson over to John Choi. John Choi tried to feed Wedman just behind, and it's going to be shot all the way back through, and Shakopee looks to be on a change. Shakopee battling down low. Here comes Collins, pick up the loose puck. Collins chips it back through. Collins hits the referee, chips it back on through, and here comes Brigman on the chase. Shakopee looks to change the defense, and it's forced back, and it's going to be knocked all the way down with 23 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Stevens. Ball wrap throws it to the corner. Here comes Stevens near side. Stevens going to walk it in. Stevens walks it in. Stevens cuts it back. Stevens fires one and throws it right over the shoulder with a lot of momentum. And what a snipe by Stevens. Shakopee's tied at 1-1. That was off her stick in no time. Cut back through the slot and just let a rocket go. Collins gets it back to Schuler. Schuler just chips it up. Holly. Collins looks to force it out, and it's turned back by Holly. Holly has room. Holly's going to take it wide. Holly just drops it in and chases. Back down, battling far side or near side corner. A lot of people falling, and it's going to be battled by Esslinger. Esslinger battles, dumps her player, and Collins looks to go down low. Here comes Tochek. Tochek battles. Picked up by Collins. Collins looks to center it. No one home. Esslinger was just coming out of the corner, and Holly's just going to throw it down. It's going to be picked off and brought the other way. Long shot. Blocked away. Collins picks it up. Collins chips it high off the glass to Esslinger. Esslinger tried to knife that one out. And it's Schuler. Schuler to Tochek. Toe check goes cross-eyed. Esslinger. Esslinger brings it back in. Esslinger looking for help. Esslinger drops it down, fires it over the net, and Shakobe's on a change. Ooh. The Armstrong Cooper player lost her footing and went right into the boards. That could have been dangerous. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson gonna walk it, drive to the net. Nelson fires, and it's patted down.
I almost lost my footing there. Dude, I almost
7:53 left in the second period. It's a 1-1 game. Shakopee dominant, but just can't find the back of the net. They've had some hard times early this year. And here comes all the way down Armstrong. Blockered away by Gallrap. Shinnick battling down low with Carlson. Carlson and Shinnick causing problems. Let's see who comes out. Armstrong comes out, looks to center it. Tipped away by Anand, and Anand gets it back up to Stevens. Stevens chips it through. Stevens is on a foot race. Can't get there in time, and it's backhanded back the other way. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick has room. Shinnick looking for somebody. She's tied up. She's just going to pin it against the boards and wait for help. Here comes John Choi. John Choi centers it. And no rebound there, so Stevens was on the doorstep. Long shot, just wide. Here comes John Choi. John Choi. John Choi is going to get called for a check. And Shakobe's going to go on the penalty kill for the next two. Mr. John Choi sitting right next to me. I don't know if he likes it. But regardless, Shakobe's going to be on the penalty kill for two. Back to the point. Long shot. Fired wide. Telejohn looks to come in. Back to the point. Telejohn tried to knock it out. Back. Here comes Holly. Holly coming in hard. Fans want a penalty, but good hard-nosed hockey there by Holly. Back to the point. Picked up by Telejohn, and Wedman's going to ice it down. Stopped by the goaltender. And here comes Wedman, the pressure. Back the other way. Esslinger loses her footing, and it gets turned back. Here comes centered, no one home. And it goes behind the net. Carlson's going to try to just chip it back up to Chocek, and she gets dumped in the process. Back in front. I don't know if that saw the daylight, but Gallrap was there for the save. Looked like there might have been an opportunity for Armstrong to score there. I think it might have jumped the stick, but Gallrap was there for the big save. 44 seconds left on the penalty kill for Shakopee. Long shot. Wide. Here comes Tocek. Tocek tried to get it up to Shinnick. Just couldn't get it through. Carlson tries to ice it, and it's followed up by her again, and she gets it out that time. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick looks to pressure, and the goaltender's going to come out about 15 feet. and put the mid on the puck and get a face-off deep inside their zone with 5:10 left in the second. 20 seconds left on the penalty kill. Collins. That's on through. Here comes Schuler. Schuler looks to get it up to Knutson. Knutson back through. Collins on the chase. Collins battles. Bergman. Here comes Knutson. Knutson has room. Knutson carries. .437, Shockby's full strength. Shockby's looking to get one here. Collins back to Schuler. Schuler's going to chip it on in with Brigman on the chase. Collins picks it up. Collins back to Brigman, just out of her reach. And it comes back. Collins picks it up. And here comes Brigman, pressuring her player off the puck. Picks it back up and is brought in, and long shot wide. Collins to Knutson. Knutson has room. Bobbling puck, and Knutson's going to drop it in deep. Here comes Knutson. Telejohn over top. Telejohn battles far side corner. Here comes Wedman. John Choi back out of the box. John Choi and Wedman playing in near side corner. Wedman tried to backhand spinorama to Telejohn, but that was picked off. Nice thinking, but it's turned back. And here comes Telejohn. Telejohn carries it around the net. They're on the change. Telejohn to John Choi. John Choi's going to carry. John Choi. Oh, nice dangle. And can't get the shot off. Nice move there by John Choi. Here comes Wedman. Wedman tries to backhand it back to Telejohn, and it's picked off. And Carlson's going to deal with that player in the corner. Wedman has room. That's Telejohn. That's John Choi. John Choi has room. John Choi, backhand. John Choi puts it to the back of the net. John Choi. She's all over the score sheet today. Shakopee goes up by 1. Wedman up to John Choi, and John Choi just brought it in, went to the backhand and put it to the back of the net. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick carries it in. Shinnick tries to do a power move back to the front of the net, and it's just pushed back around the net, and it goes back to the point. Holly, nice quick shot off the stick of Nelson and almost back through the corner, and now it's dropped in down low. Stevens just over the stick of Shinnick in the slot, and here comes Addie Stevens. Addie Stevens battling down low near side corner. Two minutes left in the period. And here comes Cooper Armstrong back the other way. Nelson looking the pressure. Then he gets turned back out. Holly behind Stevens, and Shinnick tries to sweep it out. Picked up by Stevens. Stevens makes the move. Stevens has room. Stevens getting mauled over on the far side. Going to carry it on in. Stevens Here comes Carlson. Carlson looking to bring it in, loses control for a second, gains control, brings it into the zone. Looking for help and can't get it back, and she's going to draw a penalty there.
Good job, Cam.
Armstrong Cooper got their stick under the skates, and Cam Carlson goes down and draws that penalty with 1:03 left in the second period. Shakopee has an opportunity to put something into the back of the net on the power play. Collins walks it in. Collins carries, brought back the other way. Onen holds it in. Carlson walks it in. Carlson, long shot, and it's smothered by the goaltender. .49 left in the period. Back to Carlson. Carlson over to Brigman. Brigman has room. Drops it back to Carlson. Long shot. Picked up by Knutson. Knutson's going to fire one just off the netting, and it's turned back the other way. And here comes Knutson down low. Knutson has room. Knutson back around to Brigman, and it's forced back up through. Kept in by Onen. Onen nicely back down to Knutson. Knutson, long shot, just wide. Knutson, turn back, 2 seconds, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it for the period. We're going to get a ice clearing. You have a little bit more time. We'll see you back in about 10 to 12 minutes.
stay right here. It's a good place to stand. Getting a breeze all of a sudden, though. You feel that?
Here we go, third period. Shakopee up by 1 on the power play. Kept in by Anand. Nope, it came out. And Shakopee's looking to tag up. Back the other way. John Choi takes a whack at it. John Choi strips the puck back the other way. Wedman took a wicked bounce off the backboards, and Wedman almost had an easy one. Anand. Carlson pinches. Back. Backhanded pass through the goal crease. And stretch pass. Here comes Wedman. Wedman. Walking it down. 6 seconds left on the power play for Shakopee. Wedman walks it out of the corner. Tries to whistle one on net. Regroups. Back. Shinnick was there on the back step. Wedman walks it in. Wedman tries to go to backhand, gets stripped. Long shot. Holly fires one wide, and Wedman looks to attack. Here comes Knutson. Knutson walks around the net. Knutson comes out of the, almost out of the zone. Now it does, and it's back the other way. Turns back up. Collins grabs control. Collins chips it around. Collins going to walk it in. Collins turns it back. Collins has room. Collins tries to get it over to Knutson and gets tripped up in the process, and Shakopee's going to go on another power play. .13:04 left in the third period. Shakopee 2-1. 2-minute power play. Collins gets it back to Carlson. Carlson, long shot, whistled wide, picked up by Knutson. Knutson's going to go work it down low. Collins, back down and on and back to Collins. Collins, back to Knutson. Knutson tries to fire one from there, and it gets shipped all the way down. Here comes Anand. Anand up to Collins. Collins tries to get it back to Knutson, and that's going to go all the way down for an ice. Minute 20 left on the power play. Shinnick on the face-off. Here comes Wedman. Wedman picks up the loose puck. Wedman, far side. Wedman dumps it in. John Choi on the chase. Holly. Back to Shinnick. Picked up by John Choi. John Choi tries to get one on net. It's hit a player's skate and bounces back the other way. Wedman carries, circles. Wedman walks it in, fires one, glove down by the goaltender. 48 seconds left on the power play. Here comes John Choi. John Choi centers, just bounces through the goal mouth, and John Choi battles down below the net, and it's turned back. Here comes Armstrong Cooper back the other way. 35 seconds left on the power play by Shakopee. Holly loses footing, back in, turned into a 2-on-0, and goal wrap was there to cover the net, but it went wide. Shakopee ices that one and looks to get a change. Nelson on the face-off. Nelson. Then he goes back to Carlson. Carlson tried to get it up to Esslinger, and it's chipped all the way back down. Carlson off the boards. To Anand. Anand was looking for Nelson to be breaking, and it just passed their stick and out of the zone. Now back once again. Anand overskates it. Battles down low. Centered. Carlson. Carlson tried to bring it back around the net, got tapped, and it almost got put back into the Shakopee net. Out of the zone, Esslinger was able to get it out, and it's going to be brought back in immediately. Nelson looking to pressure. Picked up. Kochek helping out. There's Nelson. Nelson forces it down, and it looks to be an icing if it can make it. It's called off, so Nelson is pressuring Esslinger. Looks to get it over to Nelson, picked up by Schuler, but it bounced over her stick, and it's driven all the way down for an icing by Armstrong Cooper. Just a little bit over 10 minutes left in the third period. Shockey up 2-1. And Collins on the faceoff. Collins back to Holly. Holly overskates it and it's back the other way. Oh, big pad save by Gallrap. Holly to Collins, Collins to Brigman, Brigman and Collins. Had numbers there. 9:35 left in the third period. Back to the point, forced all the way through, and Gallrap goes, stop it there for Anand. Anand carries it around the net. Anand has room, Anand has speed, far side, Anand carries it in, Anand cuts the back, Anand off the, just a blocker, and it goes wide. Anand, what a opportunity there, and it comes back out. Here comes Telejon. Telejon looks to get it deep. Telejon near side, battling with Shinnick over top to help. Turns back the other way, Armstrong Cooper. Picked off there by Shinnick for a second, but Armstrong Cooper gains control and forces it back down. Carlson. Up to Shinnick. Shinnick chips it all the way down, off the referee, and Shockey got caught on a change, but able to get to the position, stop it to go near side. Here comes Wedman. Wedman tried to bring it back to the forehand, and toe check battles Wedman. Gonna dump it in. Toe check and Esslinger over top. Long shot off the back wall, comes around. Back to the point, Holly pinches, comes out of the zone. Holly's going to keep on battling, and Schuler on the foot race. Battles down low, Schuler chips it back around to Wedman. Wedman comes in to help out. Up to Esslinger. Esslinger turns it back, circles around. Esslinger's going to carry it out of the zone. Esslinger brings it in, picked up by Wedman. Wedman's going to force it back down. And here comes Nelson on the forecheck. Carlson losing her footing again. And Anand's going to pick it up behind the net. Anand just fires it back down, and that's going to be an ice. Anand tried to get Esslinger out of the zone, but it missed its mark. 7:14 left in the third period. 1 for Armstrong, 2 for Shockey. Shockey up by 1. Back to the point, long shot. Big pad save, Gallrap. Hit traffic in front, and Gallrap was there for the rebound and put a pad on it. What a save by Gallrap. Back to the point. Down low. Pressure. Here comes Brigman. Brigman to Nelson. Nelson's going to carry it far side. Nelson has room. Nelson Looks to take a long shot. There's a rebound there. Brigman just couldn't get there in time. Back the other way. Here it goes. Collins picks up the puck, chips it off the boards, and it comes out of the zone. Here comes pressure. All the way down, and that's going to be nice. 6:16 left in the third period. Shakopee up by 1. Telejohn forces it back around the net. Telejohn tries to center it, and it's just out of the reach of Knudsen. Schuler to Knudsen, and Telejohn thought Knudsen was going to go straight in and went off sides, and that's going to be a whistle. Just under 6 minutes to go. Muscled in there by Schuler and Shinnick, and that's going to be fired all the way down for an ice. You got the 3s on the back end here. 33 Carlson, 3 Anand. The 3-3-3 connection. And back the other way. Knudsen comes back across and just battling near side. Good play by Knudsen. And Shinnick has time and fires it in and looks for a change. Back around, here comes Knudsen. Pokes it back down, gains control. And it's picked up by Wedman. Wedman's going to throw it on down below the net. Just off of Telejohn's stick. Telejohn was able to poke that back up to Anand. Anand forces it back down below the goal line. Here comes Armstrong. Cooper the other way. Carlson. Off the boards, and here comes Knudsen. Knudsen has room. Knudsen back, looks to bring it in. Knudsen, nifty move. Knudsen tries to go to the backhand and just can't get it through. Schuler rips a slapper that's pushed off to the side, and it's back the other way. And that's going to leave the ice. Hits the coach on the door over there, right in the backside. And it comes out of play. 4:14 left in the third period. Shakopee still up by 1. That's going to go deep inside the zone, which it should. Wedman on the faceoff. That's John Choi over to Wedman. Wedman fires one just right off the top of the outside of the net. Goes wide. Long shot by Holly, was tipped aside. Wedman drops it down for John Choi. John Choi has room behind the net. John Choi centers it. Esslinger back to the point. Schuler tries to get it over to Holly, and it goes through her stick and out of the zone. Holly back to Schuler. Schuler. And then John Choi is going to go away for another 2 minutes with 3:38 left in the period. Shakopee's going to be on the power penalty kill here for the next 2 minutes. Armstrong Cooper is going to be on the power play. 3:38 left in the period. Back to the point. Back. Goal wrap, big save. Tipped aside by goal wrap. Shockby battling behind the net there. That's Cam Carlson. Long shot. Blocker to side by goal wrap. Shockby needs to clear this one out. You get a little. There it. Oh! Toe check almost got it out. Got tipped back. Here comes Anand. Anand has room. Anand pins it up against the board. Anand forks it around to toe check. Toe check battles far side. Here comes Anand. Anand has room. Anand rips one down. And Shockby looks to go on a change with Collins on the chase. Back out. Here comes back the other way. Toe check. Toe check. Just forces it down. And there's 34 seconds left on the penalty kill for Shockby. Shinnick pokes it. Shinnick has room. Shinnick almost got chipped up. Shinnick turns it back. Tries to fire one. And gets the rebound on the backhand. But the goaltender pushes it aside. 15 seconds left on the penalty kill. Here comes Telejohn, stripping the puck, drops it back down. And that's going to be thrown all the way back in Shockby's zone. And Holly up to Telejohn. Telejohn, long shot. And Shockby's full strength. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick and Holly battling near side on the boards. That's going to be forced all the way down through. That's going to be stopped by the goaltender. Shockby's not giving them much time to pull their goaltender with the pressure they have. There's Holly. Holly over to Nelson. Nelson just past their stick, and it's going to be turned up the other way. Let's look for the Armstrong goalie. Here she comes. She's coming out of the net. It looks like there's going to be a 6-on-5 here with the goaltender out. Back on through. 50 seconds left. Tip. Out of it. Big pad save by goal wrap. Long shot. Hit a player. 34 seconds left in the period. In the game. Here comes Anand. Anand has room. Anand's going to just chip it out. Oh, doesn't get all the way out. Comes back around. Here comes Holly. Holly pressures it back up. Off to the point. Long shot. Anand lets that roll through. Tipped. Pushed aside by Gallrap. Gallrap battling here at the end of the third with some good saves. 6 seconds left. Shockby battling. Shockby holding. It looks like this is going to be in the bag for Shockby. Shockby comes away with a 2-1 win. Shockby dominated the game, but the scoreboard doesn't say. 2-1 Shockby. We'll be off for, let's look at the schedule. We'll be back next Thursday, 5 o'clock, JV against Prior Lake. We'll be away, we'll be in Dakota. We'll see you then. Thanks for showing up.